Hello, Mr. Wellman. This is AlexTran. Today I'm going to be doing Chapter 7, Exercise 11 for the YouTube homework. And we're going to have to return to Chapter 3 where it did use the drunk pirate problem. What I'm going to do here is have to work with two variables instead of one last time where I am now effectively using an angle, which would be the first variable, and distance, which would be the second variable, defined as here. That's what I'm guessing. Because it says, our social science student now records pairs of data, the angle of each turn, and the number of steps taken after the turn. So you would assume that the angle is first, and the distance is second. What I'm going to have to use here is a for loop as well as a list variable. And what I will be doing is that list variable will be my SX. I've already made the code here, and what I will be doing is basically copying my code. And the reason why I have to use a list as well as a for loop is because what it will be doing is, for the for loop, it will individually be dragging each individual list. Each individual part of the list. So since the first part of the list is this segment right here, it will pull this out and basically have I will be parentheses 160 comma 20 parentheses. And what I will do after that is use the variables a and b to pull out these two variables. And A will become 160 and B will become 20. And every time it goes through the loop, it will go to the next one and then to the next one and so forth. The only way I really messed up was when I changed I to XS, which then notified me that there were too many variables happening, whereas too many values to unpack expected to. It means that it can only unpack two variables at a time. But what I'm trying to make it do when I do A comma B is that there's not enough variables to unpack this whole thing. So to unpack that whole thing, I would need C comma D. And when I would do that, it wouldn't still work, because the reason why it wouldn't work is because I can't individually pull all of these out. And I thought it would work like this because it seemed like since this was one variable, I could pull it out of this 2, 3, 4. And it doesn't work like that because these are part of the list. And part of the list, if I wanted to pull it out, I would have to use XS, and then the number. So what I did was I used this for loop and had it use it in a simpler way where it would individually keep pulling out one and then turning it into these two variables. And I will run a test run here. And his path is, I would say, non-progressive, where he goes forward and then kind of just turns backwards and just goes backwards. And this is a drunk pirate, so you don't know what he's gonna do. But I didn't really have trouble with this code. It was pretty simple in general. And all I would really say was I put a triple dot string here to kind of just emphasize what I did. And since I did that, I think it'd be pretty clear. I don't think I need to add any more comments. And it was the first really struggle. I tried to go through the Python documents to really just find a solution, and I did search up where this thing was like, it said extract and then start where to extract and finish to extract, but I didn't think you wanted us to do that, so I just used some ingenuity and kind of just cheated my way out of it. I honestly thought this was too easy. I thought doing it this way was kind of just non-challenging, and I thought this was kind of just like exploiting it a little bit, just pulling out two variables, doing like a dumb method, but it worked out really well for me. I hope you have a good day, and this was my video.